I mean, there's a direct path. You're basically paying nothing, $5 for the month, and you could get a $10,000 account out of that. That's pretty incredible. No, I'm a big fan of it. And I think it's for me, it attracted me to the firm besides all the other stuff. I just completed my second attempt at phase one of a standard challenge.
Hi everyone, welcome to Forex League YouTube channel. My name is Honzino, I'm support for Forex League, and you are about to watch another interview with one of our lifetime members. But before we go ahead, let me show you what is lifetime membership so you are going to understand what are we going to talk about. So this is our full course membership that includes rapid signals, 2 strategies, and funding. 4 weeks are swing strategy. That is what Nick is teaching on the trainings that we have with our members. And the second strategy is intraday that I am currently using and can help it to our members. And the funding. We can include funding to our membership because we own a pro firm which is currently leading in the industry. You can see more on the website, so definitely go and check more information there. So this is all about the membership, and let's go start the interview. Hi Josh, how are you?
I'm good, Hanzino. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. So let's introduce yourself a little bit, and let's talk about a little bit about how you started with trading and how did you find Forex League.
So I was, I was a casualty of the COVID cutbacks right when COVID really kicked into full swing. I had just had a son. He was a few months old, working from home at the time, and I got let go. I was a sales manager, managing a group of people. Really blown away. Didn't expect this to happen in my life. So all of a sudden I realized I had all this spare time. Started messing with crypto. I had some friends that were buying Bitcoin. And that was really the gateway for me into the capital markets, So
how did the crypto went?
It went well. I made some money. Made a lot of mistakes too. I took on way too many positions and held too much stuff. But it was a pretty crazy crash course in swing trading at that time.
Right. Yeah. So how did you find out when to buy, when to sell?
I had a group of friends that had been a couple of buddies that had gotten into crypto in 2017, 2018. So they were sharing advice and, some of their stories and stuff. But, I learned a lot from the first crypto bull run. So I'm looking forward to the next one. That's for sure.
Nice. So in the beginning, you didn't feel like it's a scam, crypto or something. Some people think about it like that. Your friends does it,
look, the capital markets, there's so much scamming out there anyway. Crypto is just so different. And I understood the decentralized nature of it. So the thing that was scammy to me were the operators out there and people that could trick you into giving them your tokens, and having proper security and firewalls and knowing about self-custody and keeping your crypto on an exchange and what that means. And, I learned a lot, but this was all being fueled by this curiosity, this newfound curiosity really for the capital markets. So did a lot of crypto, managed my IRA for a little bit on my own, thought about becoming a financial advisor, thought about starting my own company, using my sales and management background to do something with crypto, and then started researching prop firms. And I would say I was very pragmatic, and maybe even overly pragmatic, because I spent so much time and spoke to so many different firms. But when I found TFT and Forex League, I was like, wow, this is a different, they're just, they do things differently. And especially you notice that they stick out kind of like a sore thumb after the exhaustive research I did, leading up to that. And then the more and more I whittled out of my list, TFT was really, they were at the top for a long time. And I wish that I had pulled the trigger sooner, but I did a lot of research and I felt very good about really, coming in off the top rope, so to speak, and just, diving right into it and really, doing the membership and just trying to immerse myself in the community and the Discord and just put myself out there as much as possible, knowing that I've learned a lot, but I still know very little,
Right. So when you discovered Forex League, what was your selling point? What makes you sign up at that point?
Well, it's the fact that you don't have to put down risk capital, I mean, that's pretty big. There were some firms that I really liked, and I was even contemplating putting down, 5 figures risk capital with these firms. And, this seeing as how I haven't been working and I haven't worked this entire time, you got to be smarter with your money. And it was a very smart decision financially to do this, to go this route, even though I bought the membership. But your packages for funding the different programs you have, the Forex League challenge is a great step into, just getting your feet wet, because I never traded real live markets before this. I was just I wasn't day trading, rather. I was doing back testing and swing trading crypto. So it's just not the same as trying to get funded and trying to figure out what I'm made of,
Yeah.
as a trader.
I'm curious, let's go a little bit back in the story. And how did you actually find about Forex market?
Sure. Well, I was researching all these prop firms, I realized the vast majority of them are dealing in Forex. So I was open to futures trading. I was open to Forex. Some of the companies were doing options only, some futures only. I wanted to make my decision based on the firm and how how good their programs felt. So it wasn't necessarily like, if I'm going to trade stocks, okay, that's cool, I'll trade stocks. But I chose, for sure, I chose TFT because of the company and because of the firm, and I hadn't even their Trustpilot ratings weren't even as strong as just finding independent sources and finding places that had taken time to review prop firms and put some pretty thorough analysis down. And you have just eventually hours and hours of comparison and studying and research, and then you feel really good about the decision,
Right.
I don't know if I got off track there, but
no, that's fine. Yeah, that's nice. So when you bought a course, did you bought any other courses before, or how was the trading at the time?
There's a trading community called the Chart Guys. Have you heard of them?
No, I don't think so.
It's a US based. They're not super international, but they have a nice community, and a friend of mine is in their community. They've done meetups and stuff, and they have really good analysis. They're really solid. It's not a prop firm. It's just a community. So they had some courses that I took there. I paid, similar to what I paid for a membership here with you guys. And that was just a really great fundamental course on market structure and looking for setups and understanding the candles and what all the candlesticks mean. And by that point, I had a pretty solid understanding of it. But now it was just putting together the 3 candle patterns and 2 candle patterns and all that stuff. So I had come into Forex League's course with a pretty good foundation, but I still, took it very seriously and stepped into it as a newbie, because I figured there was stuff that I maybe missed in the previous course, or maybe stuff that I glossed over that I would pick up in, Forex League. So I did everything. I did all the hours. I watched hours and hours of back testing and took notes and spent weeks and weeks and weeks doing that. I just wish that I had done it sooner, a year ago. But
here now. So
it was my path,
Yeah, when you bought the membership, you got a course. Could you a little bit talk about a course? What is inside a course? Strategies? Maybe when you get some knowledge, how much you learn from the course too?
Yeah, I mean, it's so just specific things from the course. First that I think I picked up on was just really respect for Nick and Angelo for putting in so much time, because you're watching all these videos and you could tell they were putting in hours and hours and hours. So I'm in the process of doing the same thing. So it was cool to kind of be, in the trenches there with them. For me, as I would say, I came in as kind of like an intermediate knowledge level, just academically from an educational standpoint. So being exposed to the different strategies is something that was cool to me, like seeing them, work on VWAP exclusively. And then they were doing Fibonacci. I had never used these strategies super specifically. The course that I'd taken previously was, kind of like classic charting and not as many indicators and strategies based off of indicators. So it was cool for me because I got to a point where I would do back testing using the Fibs strategy that they were doing in the videos. So basically everything that I saw in the videos, I would do a few months of back testing on that strategy, which I think was an important part of the process for
Yeah,
me.
100%. Yeah.
I knew that I was going to experiment with a lot of different things and figure out how I would most comfortably express myself as a trader.
Yeah, definitely.
Still evolving.
I'm happy to hear that like you were backtesting, right? Kind of in your beginnings, but not many people does it, right? Everyone like overlook it or just they don't know there is some backtesting, and you grasp right away and you knew like this is important for me because I need to find out what works, what doesn't, and how to use it before you put it in work. So that's good.
And I would say that's not something that like I was really aware of prior to coming in here, because the other course, they didn't spend too much time on that. So they talked about it so much. And then I'm on these weekly calls, and it's talked about a lot on there too. So I'm like, all right, I have to do this. I have to
That's good.
build my confidence up and get some more experience. And this is a great way to do that because, before I was taking a bunch of trades every single day, I would have, you could get through a full month of back testing in one day. I could definitely do that before I started taking, some days you take 10, 12 trades and you can't really back test a month doing that many trades a day because it's too much journaling and just
exactly.
It's a lot. But
do you think the course is more for advanced or beginners?
I would say like beginner to intermediate. I would say someone who's advanced, could benefit from it, but I don't think someone who's advanced would have the patience to sit through that many hours. I certainly did because one, I paid for it, and two, I valued it and I wanted to learn, and I knew that I needed to learn a lot more. So there's
always something new to learn.
Yeah, absolutely, all the time, from everybody, especially here, so many strategies and so many successful strategies.
Definitely. So what about rapid signals? Do you have any experience? Do you use them, or do you focus on your strategy?
I would say mostly I'm just focusing on my stuff. There's definitely been some scenarios where a signal comes out in a market that you're watching. So if it's a really nice looking signal and it matches up with the analysis, it's another, great.
Nice confirmation.
Very nice confirmation to feel good about.
Agree.
That trade, that someone else that's managing this, the signals is confident enough, so but I don't do it too much. I mean, I don't rely, it's not something I would rely on. I think that there are people out there that want to just trade off of what somebody else tells them to trade, and they don't care about learning and all that stuff. And for me, it's about working on the craft.
Cool. So I think the best part is the funding, the free funding that we have included. So talk a little bit about that, how the free funding works with Forex League.
Yeah, well, that's a big, again, another reason why I keyed in on it, because the path to getting funding, I mean, there's a direct path where you're basically paying nothing, $5 for the month, and you could get a $10,000 account out of that. That's pretty incredible. And, I mean, best case scenario, like what I do it 10 times and I 10 successful trips, and you've spent $50. No, I've spent $100 to have access to $100,000 in capital. That would be really cool to talk about a return on investment there, No, I'm a big fan of it. And I think it's for me, it attracted me to the firm besides all the other stuff. But the fact that there's a path directed to funding where I don't have to, it's just the risk. It's not nearly as big of a risk to do it like that. And it's so great for me. Like, I'm going to keep doing these 10K challenges, until I've, successfully done enough that I have the confidence that I can put down some money and get, some more size on and more capital to manage. I'm not there yet, of course, but that's my thoughts. I'm going to ride these free challenges until, they say, too many, Josh.
Yeah, right.
Let's see how far I can push that.
So you already passed 2 Forex League challenges, right? So congratulations. Recently you passed
Thank
one.
you.
And so tell us a little bit about the process. Like, you got the standard challenge with the Fundy Trader for free. How did it go so far?
I just completed my second attempt at phase 1 of a standard challenge. So I've been attempting challenges for about 3.5 months now. And it's funny because I passed my first free challenge pretty quickly, and then it was almost 3 months until I passed another one. So, and psychologically, I'm like, man, was that a fluke? Like, no, that can't be a fluke. I got to do it again. So the fact that I was able to do it a second time is huge. And I didn't expect to pass phase one so quickly. I mean, I know it's a three-day thing, but I did it. I was passed in 2 days, so that felt really really nice to hit equity so quickly. For me, from a psychological standpoint, I'm trying to trade these as though like this is my account and I want to grow the capital. Of course, you want to pass the challenge, but I've just really tried to put myself through the paces psychologically, and I'm trying to experience everything that I'm going to experience now as a professional trader, and find those mistakes and eliminate those mistakes. So between the free challenges and the contests every month, I'm going to, those are two accounts right there that I have to get reps in on. So if I lose, too much in one day, I'm not sure what that number is yet. It's between 2 and 3%. Responsibly, it should be 2% is where I should probably cut it off. But I've gone past that before, and it's worked out. But I'm still figuring out, what that number is that I can safely manage, and how quickly I can climb back if I need to. But if I blow it out on the free challenge account, then I'll just trade on the contest account. And the contest is nice because you can be a lot less stressed out about it. It's $100,000. You got some room for error there. The $10,000 accounts, they're not so forgiving when you leverage up too much, and that's no fun. So this is my job right now. This is I'm not working, and this is getting funded is my 9 to 5 right now.
So you have time. That's
it's
good.
Really like it's like a 24/7 job. Like I don't stop.
It is. Training is not easy.
It's not easy, but I love it. I really, really do. And I can honestly say that I've never loved my work as a professional ever. I'm 37 years old, and I finally feel like I found something that I love. I know I'm being sheepish about it. I love it. I know that I love it, and there's no reason to be sheepish.
Same, yeah, of course. Yeah. So let's move on and talk about the webinars, right? So we have webinars with members twice a week. Could you tell us more about it? Because you've been pretty active and regular, and that's why you keep passing challenges now, second in a row. We always keep saying like the members who are showing up regularly on those webinars, they just keep making progress because it's always push them, move on. So how is your experience with the webinars and mentorship?
I mean, I think really, I didn't say that earlier, but that was another reason why I joined, because the community was very important to me. And the fact that Nick is on those calls as one of the owners, and he's still on the calls as much as they're growing, it's huge. It's huge. I've learned a lot from you and him going to the webinars. The biggest thing for me is like I said before, I'm going to be vulnerable with others in this environment, and I'm going to share a lot, and I'm open to criticism, and it's benefited me very well. I'm buddies with all the regulars. We're kind of buddies. We always shout each other out and say hello, and you get to the point where you look for people on Discord, and you'll shout people out, and I want to cheer on people's successes. And the first sales job I had, it was very much a team environment. We were such a team, and trading is it's an individual endeavor, but you can absolutely cheer on your buddies and hope for the best for them, because you're fighting your own battle. You're doing your own thing, and what they're doing, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't. I don't. Yeah. I got tunnel vision, but I'll look over and I'll cheer on my buddy, but I'll get back to it.
Yeah. That's the way. Exactly.
So that is a good, with the calls that we have, the webinars, just the environment is very much conducive to everything that I just said. So it's great. I'm enjoying it, and I'm gonna keep on going. Right. I still got a lot more to learn. I love when other people share. I wish everybody was super vocal. I know some people are shy, and they're not comfortable. But I mean, I am still a pretty newbie to the industry, so just got to keep asking questions.
It's you have a very humble approach. You keep trading. You've been trading like 2 years.
I mean, trading. I mean, I've been studying trading for 2 years.
Right.
But
and you keep
actually trading.
You are open to learn, hear others, open to criticism. And so you are not seeing like, oh, I've been trading 2 years. I know what I'm doing. Let's open a live account. Let's blow money or something. That's what most people do, but you have a
Yeah, it's
great
crazy to
approach to
me.
that. So yeah,
I think
right.
honestly, Hansino, it helps that I haven't been making money. I think that some people come in and they have a lot of money and they just want to. They think if they throw enough money at it, it'll work out. But I had to be. I had to be more disciplined because of my lack of income and how just trying to
Yeah, right. And
trying not to drag the family down.
yeah, exactly.
On my
Right. 100%.
got a wife and a
So,
kid.
yeah. So what about general about the community, the support, the help you get? Anything about it? Say.
I mean, I've had to put in a few support tickets, nothing too crazy. I've had a few chats on the website before. Everything has been really good, and I feel like there's a lot of support for whatever a trader needs, whatever comes up. I haven't been in one of those scenarios where something crazy happens and you need to put in a legit ticket because many people are affected. That stuff happens. But it hasn't
Right.
happened to me yet. I'm sure it will at some point. I mean, I have nothing but positive things to say about the community and the support and what is there for the traders. It seems like people have a problem and they get it fixed pretty quickly. So I've been very happy, especially coming from corporate America and seeing huge companies that are understaffed take very poor care of their customers. It's just a lot
That's
different.
true. Yeah, sometimes I'm also surprised how big companies like when I'm on a website, I need like some support. There is no live chat. Like I would expect these days, like to having a live chat like everywhere because it's so convenient and easy. Just I know it's not easy to implement in a company.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's something that every company should have these days. Online world.
totally
All
agree.
right. So regarding to the membership, what do you see as the most beneficial for you right now?
I mean, I think I've said it a lot, but what I value mostly is the community and having access to people that are professional traders and that are making money and that are willing to help me, in situations where helping me doesn't benefit them at all, like at all, and people are still willing to be helpful. I think that's something that I would give back in spades. If and when I'm in a position to do that. It is the community and it has been the community. The fact that the whole company lives on Discord is cool. It's kind of crazy, right? I've never experienced that. I mean, I was using Discord before, but I didn't think a company could live on Discord. And this company really does. It's a vibrant Discord with so many people and so many traders and people trying to get funding and all that. So
Mhm.
it's cool.
Yeah. So you mentioned this is your full-time job right now, right?
Yeah.
24/7. Do you have some your daily routine? Because I don't know if you can like sit on a laptop or computer like all day. You have a family.
Yeah.
Do you have any routine, daily routine you follow?
I definitely, I need to clean up my routine and have a better solid routine. My routine right now is whenever I can get down here in the morning.
Right.
Usually my kid wakes me up. I mean, my kid's my alarm clock right now. So like, 7
Okay.
a.m. he's awake and he loves the basement. So this is where my workstation is. So he comes down here and plays and then I'm on the computer and then I'll put the TV on for him. So
Right.
usually by 7:30 I'm at the computer. And I would like to, in my experience, gold and the DXY start getting a little volume before 8:30 every day. So if I've definitely had gold trades on before equities open. Try not to put anything on the indices unless I have a good signal or there's a good trend in place and equities open won't kick me out of a trade.
Right.
For me, everything revolves around that 8 to 11 window in the New York market. Lately, that seems to be when most of my good trades, my successful trades are happening. That 12 candle window. If you trade the 15-minute charts.
Yeah.
So that's a big time frame for me. So I really, no matter what's going on with the kid, my wife takes him to daycare in the morning so that I won't miss anything. A few months ago, I was taking him to school in the mornings and I was missing stuff. And sometimes there's news at 8:30 and I love trading the news. So we have our schedules to where she drops him off in the morning and I pick him up at
All
the end of
right.
the day. So I pick him up usually right at equities close. So it works out pretty good, you know.
Nice.
I wish that I could say, yeah, I meditate every morning. I tried it for a little bit, but I couldn't stick to it. I want to. I'm not giving up on meditation.
I'm
I'm not.
also on and off sometimes. Yeah.
Man,
I do it
because
when I
I
need
get
it.
down there and I want to like do it. I want to like, let's go, let's get on the computer, and it's just 15 minutes. But I can't seem to commit to that 15 minutes of calm to get things started. I think there's been a lot of really successful people that credit it's transcendental
Oh,
meditation.
yeah,
That's what it
yeah,
was.
yeah. That's yeah.
I believe in it. I'm not done with it. I just haven't been able to put it together yet. So,
Right.
and then after the sessions are over, after really like around this time, I'll get back on the computer and 8 to 11 p.m. so I have my notes right here. So that's a really great, Asian session trading window to be on. I wish I could trade the London session, but that's just not going to work for, Eastern
Yeah, yeah.
U.S. traders like me. So I'll be looking at that time. I might put a trade on the competition account, but I'm really just at that point looking at where did all the markets play out? What I want to take some notes on. What am I looking for tomorrow?
Mhm.
And really lately, it's been a lot more focus on gold and Nasdaq.
Nice. All right.
Like a lot more focus. So I'm sure my routine will change, and I hope to hopefully next time you ask me that
Important.
question,
Yeah, it's important for people
it
who,
is important. It's important.
yeah,
I need to do it.
works from home. Yeah, have a routine. All right. Let's move on. Let's talk about the psychology. So, how do you educate about this part of trading?
So let me grab this book.
Mhm.
So you guys, one great thing about the course was you guys had all these great books, and Trading in the Zone is one of the
Right.
books that you guys give away digitally, and then that's an incredible value, like insane. This book has been crazy. I mean, wow! There's so many nuggets of good information in there. The first book I read was the Candlestick Trading Bible, Buddha
Mhm.
Hama's strategy and all that. There was a lot of really good psychology in there, and everything that I read in the beginning was just hammering home the point of like, this is the most important thing about trading is psychology, and you're going to be put in a lot of situations, and you're going to be dealing with emotions, and knowing your emotions, being aware of your emotions are really important. I feel like I've always been a very empathetic person. I feel emotions sometimes with people. Like you're in a room and I can feel there's a lot of negativity here. There's a lot of positivity. You can just feel it.
Yeah.
And from what I read, that was supposed to be like advantageous to traders because everything in trading is psychology, So I really leaned into that and tried to look at everything that's happening is psychology related. Every
Mhm.
single thing in the markets is psychology.
Yeah.
There's someone who's on the other side of the screen, who's making this
All about
trade
the
against
people. Yeah.
So and as I'm saying this out loud, it's funny. I'm just like, I need to remember that more. I need to really, really remember that because sometimes it gets away from you, and you get in your own narrative, and
Yes.
you're just in your own way.
Definitely know
Like
what
I
you
think,
mean. Yeah.
yeah, it's like I've said this to other people, but trading for me is like golf. Like golf, it's an individual sport, and it's really
Hmm?
you against you. Like I know how to play
Yes,
golf, I
do.
have the skills, I know how to trade, but it's the psychology, it's the mental side of it. Being up on a trade, knowing when to take profit, knowing when to exit the trade, dealing with retracements. That's like you get a birdie on the first hole, and then the rest of the round you're scared because, oh my gosh, I'm going to put up a really good score. Can I do this? It's so similar to me as a lifetime golfer.
Mhm.
And I even read about that stuff too. It was like psychologically, people that have like are athletes or very competitive individuals tend to flock towards trading.
Mhm.
And that's definitely me. Super competitive and always played sports.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, did you feel some difference between the free challenge and the funding challenge
You
psychologically?
know what? Yeah, I mean, 3 months ago, if when I passed the free phase and went to the next phase, yeah, it was different psychologically. There was more pressure, there was more fear, more emotion, kind of more everything. For me now, just like humbly,
You're
I'm
stabilized.
not I'm not funded. I'm not, I have to just try to make the best trades possible and continue progressing and just keep on pushing the ball further down the field, So for me right now, I would say psychologically, I start phase 2 tomorrow. I got my phase 2 credentials. I'm really psyched about that, because I'm that much closer to getting funded. But I don't think that I feel differently about it. I mean, I'm just trying to, the day that I passed my challenge, I was down to 1.5%, more than 1.5% before any trade even turned out positive for me. So I'm just learning so much more about psychology all the time and how I handle situations and not forgetting the painful losses, most importantly,
Yeah, those are like a huge discussion on the webinars, right? Psychology, risk management, how to deal with it, what to do.
Yeah. And I'm glad that I've kind of had some moments where I went off the rails, and just sabotaged myself because, in backtesting days, like you have a string of losses. That's where you learn, that's where that's all the learning comes from those losses and trading live, the pain of those losses and getting shut down for the day and watching the market take off in the direction you had thought it was going to go, but you can't trade anymore because you're going to blow up your account if you trade and you go down at all. So I just think it's important to go through that stuff and to experience everything now with paper money. So when it comes to real money, it's a lot easier to swallow losing a couple $1,000 fake money when it's real money, so just gonna keep on plowing through,
Yeah. So what is motivating you keep going? You've been trading a long time, still doesn't make money. Some people, they want to make money as soon as possible. What is the motivation for you?
I think a couple things. One, I believe I can do it. Two, I have a very strong desire to do it and to, I love it, of course, but I want to make money and there's a lot of money to be made. So, it's okay to say that, right? It's all right. That's what really keeps me going. And also the freedom that, I think doing this successfully will provide for me. And I've worked a lot of jobs, sales. I'm not taking vacations, feeling guilty when you take off, working very long hours, really just killing myself for someone else. And this is very entrepreneurial, and I really value that. I really value that. So there's so much that appeals to me. I mean, I love this setup I have in my basement. I was talking about that on the call today, but I love it. It's an unfinished kind of like not that nice basement. It's a storage unit basically in the bottom of our house. And I love it. I work out down here. I watch TV. It's great. This is the lab right here, baby. Right here. Yeah. That's what I call it. The dungeon lab.
So last question. Do you have any message for people who are thinking to join Forex League?
Yeah. I think that if you are on the fence and you're not sure, then you probably haven't researched that many firms, because if you do your due diligence and you check everyone else out, you're going to see that the opportunities here are much better. There's a lot more potential, and as traders, you want to manage your risk. And I see doing this and going with you guys as one of the lowest risk options for new and experienced traders, because it's very user friendly and it's very much geared towards, we want quality people who can manage capital and manage their risk to come trade for us. And, we got a spot for you. So if you're on the fence, I ask more questions, do more research. I can tell you from doing exhaustive research that I'm very, very happy with the decision. And I just couldn't imagine, honestly, I couldn't imagine doing this with any other firm right now. I couldn't, and it's a good thing when you say that. So
yes, definitely. Yeah, it's a huge advantage for us to having pro firms, so we can, add those free challenges every month. Members can learn how to pass, being consistent.
It's huge. It's huge.
Yeah, get payouts. Like it,
just as many ways to
get pay for itself. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not now, not in 1 year, 2 years, maybe 3, 4 years, but one day. It's, as you mentioned, right? It's an investment to yourself, and there will be returns later on.
No doubt.
All right, cool. So thank you for your time. Thank you for having you on, and I will see you in the chat.
Hey, I'm happy to share it. Thanks, dude.